What is going on, Ruckus and the Menace sports fam? You are watching another Ruckus and the Menace sports production as I, Menace the Menace, am taking the Cleveland Guardians to the World Series. And our journey begins in Cleveland as we open up the ALDS against the Texas Rangers. Game 1. We kick this off and bring your coverage of the series to the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out, runner on first, and this game is tied at 3. Nathan Eovaldi on the hill, and throws a splitter swung on and missed by Naylor, and the count is 0-1. The 0-1 is fouled off. David Fry on first. The count 0-2. And here is Eovaldi with the pitch. And it's grounded. And it moves Fry to second base with the first out. Brian Rocchio digs in. And the sophomore shortstop is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And a curveball missing well high. And the count's 1-0. The 1-0 to Rocchio is fouled off. And the count is 1-1. The 1-1 to Rocchio is a curveball that curves well too far inside. And Rocchio is ahead 2-1. The 2-1 from Eovaldi is fouled off on a high fastball. The count is 2-2. The break even from Eovaldi is a splitter outside, and the count is full. Full count, 1 out, and the pitch is in. And Rocchio checks his swing in time. Ball 4. Taking his base. It's the first walk allowed by Eovaldi all day. And Andres Jimenez digs in. 1 out. And the fastball misses inside for ball 1. Menace fouls off a fastball up high, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 to Jimenez is fouled off, and the count is 1-2. The 1-2 is a curveball hanging, high fly ball, deep right field, but it is caught for out number 2. And David Fry will safely get to third base. And now we go back to the top of the order. Stephen Kwan digs in. And Eovaldi Venus. And it's popped up. Kwan missing the boat completely. And that ends the 7th inning. 7 complete. And we are tied at 3. Corey Seager leads off. Shane Bieber was the starter for the game. And he's going to continue into the 8th. Deals a fastball, and it is foul. 3-0-1. Cutter fouled off. And the count is 0-2. Fastball up high and fouled off. And the count remains the same.
Ball 1.
Knuckle curve just
ball,
missing. And the count is 1-2. High fly ball on the changeup, but Kwan on a full sprint, retreating back. near the high left field wall for out number 1. Adolis Garcia digs in. Front door slider is a base hit. Santander unable to react to it properly. Garcia, a triple. A triple on the miscue. Marcus Semien digs in, and he fouls off the high fastball, and the count is 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Circle change missing low. And here's a high fly ball deep center field. Kiermaier there, but unfortunately it will be too deep, and the sacrifice fly will come home.
The center fielder,
Leody Taveras digs in with 2 out. And here's a crushed ball deep center field. Kiermaier is there, and the top of the 8th will end with the Rangers getting a lead on the sacrifice fly. Heading into the bottom half, it is a 4-3 lead in favor of Texas. Josh Sborz now pitching. And Kevin Kiermaier is set to dig in. And Kevin Kiermaier on the first pitch he sees crushes it to right field. It gets past Adolis Garcia, but it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. And Josh Naylor digs in and fouls off the first pitch. Two pitchers warming up in the Guardians' pen.
1-1.
And a slider just does not break. And the count is 1-1. And this is smoked. Gonna be past the reach of Adolis Garcia. And it's in for extra bases. Naylor sliding safely as Kiermaier and Naylor trade places. And this game is tied once more with nobody out. Anthony Santander digs in. And swings and misses at the high slider that looked like it was hanging. And the count is 0-1. Sborz deals. Slider taken on the outside corner, back door. And the count is 0-2. Santander fouls off another slider, this time one breaking inside. Sborz way ahead, 0-2.
That's a ball.
And a slurve that just breaks inside and high. And counts 1-2.
No.
The count evens as the slider breaks a little too far inside, and the count is 2-2. 2-2.
Count full.
This slider doesn't even break at all. The count is now full. The payoff is a high fly ball popped up, but yeah, out of play. And we go to payoff pitch number 2. Sborz sending the payoff to Santander, and it is a high fly ball deep into the gap. But this ball is gone. Anthony Santander with his first home run of the postseason, swinging a drive way back and gone, throwing it and going it. Santander gives the Guardians a 6-4 lead. And there are still no outs in the bottom of the 8th. This shot is smoked. Souvenir City, about 395 feet across. And we have a pitching change as Ryan Barucki steps up into the mound. And Jose Ramirez into the batter's box. sinker breaking away is fouled off by Ramirez. And the count is 0-1. A sinker breaking on the outside corner. Ramirez gets on top of it, and that is fouled off. And the count is 0-2. And this is a shot. It's in the gap. Extra bases. And it's going to be 2 of them for the Guardians switch-hitting third baseman. There's another runner in scoring position with nobody out. David Fry digs in. And this is a shallow fly ball. Right field. And the tag up is being made. The throw is sniped. What a rocket from Adolis Garcia. We get a little too greedy, and that is out. Number 2. And Bo Naylor against a left-handed pitcher is in the batter's box, swing and a miss on the slider, and the count is 0-1. And here we go. The 0-1, Class A in the pen now. Swing and a miss on the slider, getting too high over the top and too far in front. And the count is 0-2. And a defensive swing, trying to check. Naylor swings through it. Santander's home run being the difference. Naylor strikes out. The 8th inning is over. And the Guardians enter the top of the 9th with a 6-4 lead. Emmanuel Clase. It's time. Ezekiel Duran leading off. And he's going to come with a bunt. Ain't no bunt cheese going to happen here. Foul ball. Strike 1. A cutter that just makes it for strike 2, and a swing and a miss. We felt that breeze from over here. And there is 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Josh Young is now up to bat. And he fouls off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Cutter that just has no cut. And the count evens. A cutter with a good amount of cut. Makes it 1-2. That slider hung and fouled off. And the four-seam fastball gets blown right by him. And the Rangers are down to their last out. And it's showtime.
Nope.
Who takes a fastball up high for ball 1. Cutter in the zone. And the count is even. Fastball blown right by him. And the count is 1-2, and there is a high pop-up. A little bit of wind swirl, but it ends up in the glove of Bo Naylor, and the Guardians win Game 1 and take the early lead. And here is Game 2. We're in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 1. Runs at a premium in this one. But Game 2 begins now. Jacob deGrom on the mound. And Andres Jimenez in the batter's box with Rocchio at first. And this is a ball stung into the gap. And it's a double play at the plate, but he is thrown out trying to score. And there's one out. Stephen Kwan.
That's a ball.
Missing low with the circle change is DeGrom. Kwan in the box. Jimenez on second. Pop fly foul, and the count is even at 1. And a breaking ball in the zone, but Kwan steals third. Or Jimenez steals third, actually. Jimenez, what a run. Jonah Heim just gets this ball not there in time. It counts 1-2 with a runner on third. And here's a little snap sting. And because of the turnaround, the sacrifice fly is going to come in. And the Guardians take the lead with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting.
Kevin Kiermaier
Kevin.
digs into the batter's box. And DeGrom deals.
One ball.
And that is a curveball that is breaking entirely too far to the inside. Ball 1. DeGrom sets up.
2-0.
High fastball. And the count is 2-0. 2-0 to Kiermaier.
Oh,
Oh, that is another scorching fastball. It's a 3-0 count.
oh.
And DeGrom gets a fastball in there. Kiermaier choosing to take. And that is strike 1. The 3-1. It's a high fastball in the zone, but it is a high pop fly to right field can of corn. And the 6th inning is over. The sacrifice fly from Stephen Kwan puts the Guardians ahead 2-1 after 6.
Leading off for the
Marcus
Rangers,
Semien
the second baseman.
digs
Marcus
in.
Semien.
Circle changeup on the inside. Strike 1. The 0-1 to Semien is a fastball swung on. Contact made, but fouled straight back. The count is 0-2. A slider fouled off to the side. Count still remains at 0-2. A slider stretched just a little bit too far. And the count is 1-2. And a curveball swung on and missed from Semien, and that is the first out and the 8th strikeout for Gavin Williams this game. Leody Taveras digs in. And a foul ball on the fastball. And the count is 0-1. Taveras takes a fastball low. And the count is 0-2. And he tried to golf it. Curveball swung on and missed. And there are 2 down in the top of the 7th. Ezekiel Duran digs it. Front door slider makes it in for strike 1.
No, that's a ball.
Fastball in the zone, but ruled a ball. And the count is even at 1. Changeup down, grounded. And Menace to Naylor. And we head into the 7th inning stretch. Score still 2-1 in favor of the Guardians. Bottom of the 7th, Josh Naylor leading off.
The first baseman.
And DeGrom is still on the hill. And this is a high towering fly ball deep to right. No doubt about it, that one is gone. Josh Naylor with his first of the postseason. And the Guardians now have a 3-1 lead. And this is a moonshot, traveling only 362 feet, but it got out in a hurry. And Anthony Santander now digs in. Oh, back-to-back jacks. Back-to-back pitches. Santander with his second of the postseason. This one got out a lot quicker. 422 feet. And look at this. Look at this beauty off the bat. Flying way out of here. And here comes the hook. Bruce Bochy is not liking what we are seeing. And DeGrom is getting the hook.
Now pitching for the Rangers, number 44.
And Ryan Barucki
Barucki.
is dug back into the batter's box. And Jose Ramirez,
1-0.
sinker, inside for ball one. Ramirez sees the 1-0. And it's up the middle, a comebacker, but bounced right into the pitcher's glove.
Out.
And that is the first out
Now batting, the
of the bottom of the seventh inning. David Fry digging in. And here comes the pitch. It's a slider, but broken inside as he gets jammed just a bit. Fly ball to right. Can of corn for Adolis Garcia. One out. And Bo Naylor,
The catcher.
he's 2 for 2 today with the hook, with the first home run for the Guardians.
That's the ball.
Both Nailers have hit home runs today. And a 1-0 on the way, and it is foul. And the count is even at 1.
There we go.
And Naylor just can't get the bat to stay back. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And Naylor drops the ball in for a base hit. Naylor having a strong series against the Rangers.
The batter, number 6.
And
Shortstop.
Brian Rocchio switching over to the other batter's box.
That's the
And
ball.
he takes a slider that doesn't even break or stay down. And the count is 1-0. Barucki for 1-0. And it's a curveball that just kind of like flops there. A base hit. There's a potential for a 2-out rally.
The second baseman.
Andres Jimenez digging into the batter's box.
Menace.
And he fouls off the circle changeup. And the count is 0-1. The 0-1 to Jimenez. And it's chopped. And a force out at second will end the bottom of the seventh. Back-to-back jacks from Santander and Naylor give the Guardians a 4-1 lead after 7 complete.
Leading off for the Rangers, the third baseman,
Josh
number 6.
Young
Josh Young.
now digs in. And there's a fastball right in there for strike 1. Slider on the front door attempt. Ground ball to third. Young in front of it. Gets it to Ramirez
The catcher,
to
number
Naylor
28.
for out.
Jonah.
Number 1.
Time.
Jonah Heim digs in. And he hits a ground ball. But Rocchio is just a little too far out. And that is a base hit. Evan Carter digs in.
Right. Oh.
Slider.
0-1.
Strike. Changeup. Strike. Fastball. K. A rather quick sit down.
For the Rangers, the first baseman, Nathaniel.
And Nathaniel Lowe gets there. Jimenez to Naylor. And the inning is over. We enter the middle of the 8th with the top of the order due up. And the Guardians have a 4-1 lead.
Leading off.
Stephen Kwan,
The left fielder.
0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly in this one so far. And it's right there, Kwan breaking away, but Lowe was able to field it cleanly. As going away from the bag, he gets it to Barucki for out number 1. Kevin Kiermaier digs into the batter's box. And he can't keep the bat back. And the count is 0-1. Barucki deals the 0-1. And it's a hanging curveball. But it is lined straight to the center fielder for out number 2. Naylor, who has homered already in this game, digs in and takes a slider on the outside for ball 1. And then gets jammed on a sinker. Pop fly, third base. And the 8th inning comes to an abrupt end. Top of the 9th, James Karinchak will be coming in to pitch. And a 4-seamer gets in there for strike 1. A 2-seamer in there for strike 2. Knuckle curve just does not make its break. Or at least stay in the strike zone. Counts 1 and 2. Fastball. Popped up Rocchio right there to make out number 1 on Corey Seager. Adolis Garcia takes a fastball up high for strike 1. 2-seamer there, line drive, but a diving Andres Jimenez is right there. Clean grab. A little da-da-da, for out number 2. Marcus Semien takes a knuckle curve off the plate, but still counts as a strike. The fastball just a bit outside. And then chases another fastball up high. And the count is 1 and 2. And Semien hits a high fly ball into the gap. But Stephen Kwan with great coverage is there. And this game ends. And the Guardians have a 4-1 victory and a 2-0 series lead. The series back in Texas. We're in Arlington. And the Guardians with full momentum in control of the series. But we have no score in the top of the 7th inning as this series moves to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And Marcus Semien digs in. Tristan McKenzie gets a fastball through for strike 1. 12-6 just does not go. And Marcus Semien singles. And Adolis Garcia is at third. We have 1 out. Leody Taveras at the plate. And that is a foul ball on a high slider. Count 0-1. That doesn't get through. An aggressive base running has the Rangers ahead. And Ezekiel Duran now up in the batter's box. Naylor olays it. Another ad olay from Josh Naylor. And the Guardians have a 2-0 deficit to come back from. And Josh Young is now in the batter's box. 0-2. Curveball missing low. And 6-4-3. We get out of the 7th. But the damage may already have been done, as 2 RBI shots olayed by Naylor. But this nice double play prevents the rally from getting worse. Down 2. John Gray on the mound. And Brian Rocchio in the batter's box at the top of the 8th. And there's a fastball. Just a bit too far outside for ball 1. Rocchio, base hit, gets it past Marcus Semien. And there's a runner on the board, on base for the Guardians. Andres Menace. And there's a second runner. Base hit. That throw is on line and the arm is not being tested. And now we have 2 on and nobody out. And Gabriel Arias is now entering the game.
Number 13, Gabriel Arias.
Stephen Kwan in the batter's box, and that one nearly gets him. And the count is 1-0. Kwan nearly gets that by. It's foul. And the count is even at 1. Kwan sees it. Kwan just fouls it off. And the count is 1-2. The 1-2 to Kwan is hit. It's a high fly ball. Deep center field. And right away the runner is going to move. But not in time.
Now batting.
And Kiermaier digs in. And there's a foul ball. And an aggressive take.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike as the circle changeup was down. But Andres Jimenez has stolen second base. The tying run now in scoring position. With 1 out. And this breaks up a double play. High fly ball, center field. It's caught. And a sacrifice fly for Kiermaier. Cuts the deficit in half. And here comes the hook. Gray leaving.
Now pitching for the Rangers.
And Ryan Barucki seeing his 3rd straight game of work. And Josh Naylor in the batter's box.
1-0.
And that is a slider that isn't even close. And the count is 1-0.
Ball.
A
Outside.
sinker that doesn't even make its way back. And the count is 2-0.
Ball 3.
A sinker that still stays out there. And the count is 3-0.
Taking base.
And Josh Naylor has walked on 4 pitches. The unintentional, intentional walk.
Anthony
to bring up Anthony Santander, who was hitting for the right-handed batter's box. 0 for 3 on the day. But a slider that would have been ball 5 is swung on and missed as he thought he would hang. And the count is 0-1. Sinker that actually makes it on line. And it's now 0-2. The 0-2 to Santander is a slider that breaks too far inside. 1-2. The 1-2. Is a throw on line from third to first. Young fielding the grounder cleanly. The run doesn't come in. And we are down 1. Arias is going to stay in. Playing short. And Caleb Ferguson now enters the game from the pen. Foul ball on the first pitch to Jonah Heim. Heim on the 0-1 hits a ground ball straight to Jose Ramirez, who runs up and gets it for out number 1. Evan Carter takes a cutter down for strike 1. Swings at a curveball, breaking downward for strike 2. And the sight change gets him. Strike 3, and there are 2 down. Nathaniel Lowe. High fastball for strike 1. Cutter breaking. And that is strike 2. Swung on and missed on the cutter. The side retired in order, and the Guardians are down to their final 3 outs. And here comes the closer. The Rangers have Brock Burke coming in. And Jose Ramirez in the batter's box. Burke's slider does not get back. It counts 1-0, and there's a high, towering fly ball. But it is caught by Taveras in center. Respect on the run. And there is 1 out. David Fry, who has not had a great postseason so far, digs in and pops up. A ball on the first pitch he sees to second base. And the Guardians are down to their last out. And a pinch hitter is getting called. Gary Sanchez in for Naylor. And Sanchez fouls off the first pitch he sees. The 4-seam fastball. And the count is 0-1. Burke deals it. Count 0-2. Sanchez fouls off another fastball. Count still 0-2. And here, off the end of the bat, though, is a high fly ball. And the Rangers will take game 3 of this series. And here we are with Game 4. Walker Buehler on the mound. The Guardians have a runner on third in the top of the 7th with Nobody out. And David Fry in the batter's box. Jose Ramirez, the runner on third. And there's a high, towering fly ball. Deep center field. But it is caught. And the sacrifice fly is a success. Jose Ramirez giving the Guardians a 1-0 lead. And Bo Naylor in the batter's box. And it's a ground ball straight to Nathaniel Lowe for out number 2.
The batter,
Ryan Rocchio
shortstop Brian Rocchio
digs in. And here's a inside outer that is in for a base hit. Andres Jimenez in the batter's box. And Buehler just gets a curveball that just sets itself a lot higher than what Jimenez was ready to swing at. And we head into the 7th inning stretch. The Guardians with a 1-0 lead.
leading off for the Rangers.
Evan Carter leading off. Swinging and missing. And the count is 0-1. Swung on and missed at the slider. And the count is 0-2. High fastball. Nobody home on the swing, and they count. 1-2. And that high fastball is cleared. Clears the fence on a very, very low line drive. And Evan Carter, with his second home run of the postseason, ties it up at 1 run aside. Nathaniel Lowe
Ball down.
takes a curveball down. 1-0. And this one is crushed as well. A hanging slider. Fouled off. That counts 1-1. A fastball up on the upper part of the strike zone, but it's not counting. Counts 2-1, and Nathaniel Lowe, a line drive, single. Base hit. And Corey Seager now in the batter's box. And how was the first one not a strike? And how is that a strike? A makeup call. And we're at 1-2. But Seager, swing and a miss. And there are 2 down. Adolis Garcia taking pitch for a ball. Ball 2 to Garcia. The 2-1.
That's a ball.
Too low. The 3-1. Stopped by Ramirez. Ramirez trying to get it across. Not in time. There are 2 on and 1 out. And Marcus Simeon in the batter's box. Ball 1. And a strike for Bibby. And a base hit loads him up. Leody Taveras. Digging in. And swings. Misses. Opening up the strike zone again. And Ezekiel Duran. Foul ball. And here's a high fly ball. Right there. Can o' corn. And the 7th inning ends with Evan Carter's home run being a decisive shot equalizing this game at 1 after 7 complete.
Leading off the
And Stephen Kwan leading off in the batter's box. And there's a shot, but it is lined straight to the center fielder for out number 1.
Up next for Cleveland, the center fielder,
Kevin Kiermaier. Another line drive. This time the left fielder doesn't have the angle. And it's a stand-up double for Kiermaier. Josh Naylor
Now batting, the first baseman.
digging into the batter's box, and Walker Buehler will be taken out of the game.
Now pitching for the Rangers,
And Ryan Barucki
Ryan.
is getting more work. Josh Naylor grounds to Seager, but moves Kiermaier to third. Santander grounds the ball to Young, and this game will remain tied as Santander is beat to the bag. We enter the bottom of the 8th. The score still tied at 1.
Now pitching
And
for
now Scott Barlow
number 58,
will enter the game,
Barlow.
facing Josh Young. And Young swings and misses right away on that slider. Swinging at the slur, fouling it off. And the count is 0-2.
Outside, that's a ball.
No bites. And the count is 1-2. Young fouling off the slider. Young frozen up as a change of pitch speed. Strikes out looking
The catcher, number 28,
for the first out. Jonah Heim grounds it right to Jose Ramirez, who's there to field it cleanly. And Josh Naylor without number 2. Evan Carter fouls off a low slurve. Carter seeing dead red. Count 0-2. And he's frozen on the low slider. Right at the kneecaps for strike 3. And we again are the top of the 9th. The score still tied at 1. And Jose Ramirez digging in. Barucki sending a changeup. That is fouled by Ramirez for strike 1.
I got a ball, one
Slider in the dirt. And the count's even at 1.
ball,
Another sweeping curveball coming down just a bit too low. Ramirez having to get out of the way, and the count is 2-1. And a shot. That's off the thin low. It's not in time. Jose Ramirez. The throw, not in time. The stop there, the run made, but Ramirez just beats Barucki to the bag. And it's a curveball for a ball, but Ramirez has stolen second base. Nobody out. David Fry up. Ramirez on second. Barucki deals. High fly ball. Right field. Adolis Garcia makes the grab. But it advances Ramirez only one base. One out. And Adolis Garcia, that is a nice looking retreat. But Adolis had to stretch out to get that. And be able to try and make that throw quickly. One out. And Bo Naylor is in the batter's box, chasing after a slider. Swung on and missed for strike one. Sinker just a bit inside. It was on the black. And the count is 0-2. And here's your high fly ball. Left field. Testing the arm. If it's there, it is not. The Guardians have a 2-1 lead. And Brian Rocchio swings and chases at the slider down. And the count is 0-1. Rookie deals. Tried to check up. Just got too far around. And the count is 0-2. Chase the slider down, or curveball down. And we head into the middle of the ninth, the score being 2-1. And Class A has now taken the mound. And Class A throwing a 99 mile an hour fastball for strike one. Nathaniel Lowe getting blown right by. And the Guardians are 2 outs away now, after Jimenez fields that cleanly and gets it to Naylor from advancing to the ALCS. Corey Seager. Class A with a fastball for strike one. Class A with a fastball for strike two. Another foul ball. Class A with a fastball on the black. Outside corner. Strike three. And the Guardians are now 1 out away from advancing to the ALCS. And Adolis Garcia takes another fastball for strike one. Lets the slider slip in for strike two. And struck out on 3 pitches on a defensive swing. And the Guardians take this series 3-1 and advance to the American League Championship Series. The opening series of the postseason over and done with. And the Houston Astros are the opponent. And with this, we conclude the divisional series. The Reds and Dodgers were the teams that made it to the NLCS, while the Astros swept the Rays and were waiting on us for the extra day to make it in. This wraps it up for the divisional series. Until the next one. Hugs and hand pounds, everybody.